Whether you're an online retailer or you have a brick and mortar store, whether you're selling home and gift or children's or women's apparel, whether you've been in business for years or you're just getting started, you have found out that the lifeblood of your business is inventory. So, in this two-part series, we're going to take it all the way back to where that inventory comes from. Let's talk about markets. Let's talk about trade shows. In our first session, we're going to be breaking down the trends that are happening with the actual trade shows themselves. What are we seeing as far as the cadence of shows, the things that they're offering, and how can you make a plan to go to the show that's going to get you the very best product? In our second part, we're going to be jumping into the trends of the actual products themselves. I'll be covering things that you need to know, whether you're selling apparel, home and gift, children's, even men's. These are trends you don't want to miss. Let's dive into it. All right, so let's talk about trade shows. There have been so many changes in our industry in the past few years when it comes to markets and trade shows. In 2025, my team and I personally attended over 25 shows. What that tells me and what tells you is there's not a lack of opportunity to attend a trade show if you're interested in going to one. We know that there's lots of options from East Coast to West Coast. It seems like there's a new trade show popping up every time you turn around. Now, as a retailer, it's important for you to consider which show is going to be the very best for you. Now, at the Boutique Hub, we have created a document. It's called the Trade Show Calendar, and we list all the major and market shows that are happening across our industry, whether it's apparel or home and gift. We've got those all listed there for you with dates and locations as well as categories. So, first steps, look at the calendar. Let's make a plan. Now, let me give you some insider information about what I'm hearing happening in the trade show space. Over the past few months, I've been talking to all my contacts at the major shows and asking their opinions on where are we going in 2026 with trade shows. My team and I have been looking at the data. We pulled all of our numbers from the past 4 years and said, what are the trends we need to notice in the cadence of attendance at trade shows? So here's some key takeaways. Number one, there are more trade shows now than ever. We can look at this two ways. It is a good thing and it is a kind of hard thing. Now, the reason it's good is because it allows us lots of opportunity as retailers to attend a variety of shows. We've got choices, and choice is always good. It also creates some competition among the markets. They want all of you retailers to attend all of their shows. They want you to come and shop with them. And we know community over competition, it kind of helps everybody level up, right? They're really on their game because they want to attract the very best buyers to their shows. So, as a retailer, things that I would consider is really looking at how many shows are manageable for you to attend in a year. You don't have to go to all the shows. We know there's a lot of options, but you don't need to go to all of them. Things to consider would be location, time, cost of travel, and then what are the products that are going to be carried at that trade show. Something interesting that I've noticed is that there's a lot more niche markets popping up. So before we would look at things like large, broad categories when it came to, women's wear, when it came to children's. And now we're seeing more smaller shows popping up that offer better customer service in some ways because they're small. And then they offer also a variety of different products. Now, this is not to say that the major trade show players aren't leveling up as well. They are, and I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But there's something to be said about a small show where you can have an intimate setting and talk to a rep and a quiet, calm, relaxed buying experience. So look for that. Also, when we talk about niche markets, I'm seeing things like Mode, which is a market just for dance boutique retailers. So we're seeing these little niche markets pop up. The swim show, more regional ones, Chicago. There's some happening down in the South. There's just shows that are showing up everywhere because what we're seeing is brands are really seeing that retailers want to be met where they are, and so there's going to be more options. Now, these smaller shows don't offer the same things that the big shows offer. The big shows are leveling up in different ways. They are talking about user experience. They want to make sure when you, as a retailer, attend their show, that you have access to amazing activations, that you're feeling inspired through their different merchandising tips and their merchandising setups. Fashion shows, those are popping up in a lot of those major shows. And then also education. Now, specifically, the Boutique Hub is partnering with markets to bring education to retailers. From WESA to the Dallas market to Atlanta market to Magic, we have been contacted by all these major markets because they have noticed that Just because you buy the product doesn't mean that you necessarily have the skills to sell it, and they want to make sure that you do. So you're going to notice the Boutique Hub is at all the major shows, and we're going to be there for you with education. Education can happen in two ways, whether it's buying tours or walking the floor, physically touching the merchandise, introducing you to those top brands, and helping you make relationships. And then also on stage, look for presentations across the country from the Boutique Hub and from our partners where we're bringing live education seminars to you. In the boutique industry, in the retail industry, in the Western industry, in any product based industry, it is essential that you are constantly sharpening your axe. And by that, I mean you are attending professional development opportunities wherever you can. Now, for most of you, you are so busy in your store all the time, and that's hard to do. So, trade shows are now offering you that ability. You can go to a market and not only buy the products that you need, but you can also level up with the education that's going to help you be successful with that product. So, trade show trends. One, like I said, we're seeing more now than ever. Two, we're seeing more education integrated in the trade shows. My third tip and my third trend that I'm noticing with trade shows is the amount of inspiration that's coming to retailers at the show. This is exciting to me. If you are not passionate about buying product, you are going to start feeling that way in 2026. I guarantee it, because the trade shows are leveling up their immersive experience. They want you to come to market and see, smell, touch, feel product. They want you to feel inspired. They want you to know how to sell this product through beautiful merchandising. So when you go to a show, if you're not feeling inspired, then I would say head to a different floor. Go to a different showroom. Go somewhere that you haven't looked before. Because if you are attending the same booths and working with the same brands all the time, and you're feeling like you're not getting that inspiration, you don't feel that magic, then you just need to look in a little different spot. And there's opportunities all over market, and it's really so much about mindset. You've got to go find product that makes you excited, because if you're excited about the product and you bring it back to your store, I guarantee you your employees are going to be excited about it, and so are your customers. So venture out of your comfort zone. There's a lot happening across the trade show space this year. There's going to be more shows asking for you to attend their show than ever. So as a retailer, you are the one that gets to pick. You are the one that gets to decide. Use the trade show calendar, look at the dates, and then look very carefully about the products that you could bring in your store that would make your store stand out and be unique. Remember, a boutique is a word that applies across the entire industry, whether you're selling home and gift, whether you're selling Western, whether you're selling children's, whether you're selling pet supplies. If it is a curated collection of product, it is a boutique, and a boutique's job is to source the very best inventory. So find a trade show that brings a new product that makes you feel excited and that you can't wait to attend in 2026. We'll see you on the trade show floor.